You're listening to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, created to help you succeed in your educational journey. Learn more at baremetalcyber.com, where additional prepcasts, books, and training materials await. Let's get started. Vision alignment is about creating and sustaining a shared statement of purpose and outcomes that unites stakeholders and teams. Without alignment, decisions fragment, churn increases, and trust erodes as different groups pursue conflicting goals. A durable, co-authored vision provides a compass. It clarifies why the work matters, who benefits, and how success will be judged. Unlike feature roadmaps or slogans, a true vision is broad enough to inspire but specific enough to guide trade-offs. It protects energy by reducing disputes about direction and prevents local optimizations from undermining the whole. Vision alignment is not a one-time declaration, but a continuous practice of refreshing, communicating, and connecting purpose to everyday decisions. Done well, it provides stability amid change, enabling adaptation without losing coherence. Stakeholders gain confidence, teams gain clarity, and delivery gains focus, making vision alignment an essential discipline for reliable, agile outcomes. Purpose and outcomes are the anchors of a shared vision. They explain the why in plain language that anyone, from executives to frontline contributors, can understand. Purpose defines who benefits: customers, regulators, internal teams, and why the work matters beyond profit or features. Outcomes specify how success will be recognized, using signals such as adoption rates, task success, or reduced operational risk. For example, a vision for a digital service might state, "Our purpose is to make compliance effortless for small businesses, and our outcome measure is a 40% reduction in time spent on filings." By anchoring in human terms and evidence, purpose and outcomes elevate discussion above feature counts. They create durable reference points that prevent scope creep and sustain motivation. Over time, a clear purpose and outcomes foster trust, because stakeholders see intent tied directly to results, not abstractions. Stakeholder mapping ensures that the vision reflects the system as a whole, not just the loudest or most visible voices. Effective mapping includes users, sponsors, compliance partners, operations staff, and adjacent teams whose work intersects with delivery. Without this breadth, visions risk blind spots, where overlooked stakeholders later introduce friction or resistance. Mapping identifies whose perspectives must be heard, whose constraints must be honored, and whose trust must be sustained. For example, including support staff ensures operability concerns shape the vision early, rather than surfacing as late pain. Mapping also prevents capture by powerful sponsors pushing pet projects that do not align with broader needs. By making stakeholders visible, organizations create more robust and resilient visions. Over time, stakeholder mapping ensures that alignment is systemic, balancing multiple interests in a coherent, trusted direction. Co-authorship practices give stakeholders a hand in drafting and refining the vision. Instead of leadership dictating terms, diverse participants shape the language, trade-offs, and measures. This co-creation increases commitment and reveals constraints before divergence becomes costly. For example, engineers may highlight performance limitations while compliance partners surface regulatory boundaries. By surfacing these perspectives early, the vision becomes grounded in reality while retaining ambition. Co-authorship also builds ownership, as stakeholders see themselves reflected in the narrative. This reduces resistance later, as people support what they helped shape. Practices may include workshops, iterative drafts, or open comment periods. Over time, co-authorship transforms vision alignment from persuasion to participation. Stakeholders no longer need to be convinced. They are already invested. The resulting vision has both technical credibility and cultural legitimacy, making it a durable compass for decisions under pressure. Scope boundaries prevent vision statements from becoming vague aspirations or overloaded wish lists. They define what is in scope and what is explicitly out. Boundaries clarify the trade space, showing stakeholders where focus lies and where compromises will not be made. For example, a vision to modernize payments may include improving security and transaction speed, but exclude expanding into unrelated financial services. Boundaries protect against drift, where teams add work that dilutes purpose or masks unresolved conflicts. They also reduce ambiguity, ensuring stakeholders know the edges of commitment. Scope boundaries need not be rigid. They can evolve as evidence shifts, but they must always be explicit. Over time, clear boundaries preserve trust by preventing hidden agendas or creeping scope from eroding coherence. Vision alignment succeeds when ambition is focused, not scattered, and when conflicts are surfaced honestly rather than hidden behind vague promises. Assumptions and risks made explicit keep visions credible. Every vision contains uncertainties about user needs, technology performance, or market conditions. By naming them, organizations avoid overconfidence and link vision to learning loops. For example, a vision might assume that adoption will increase if onboarding time drops, but this is tested incrementally. Risks, such as compliance changes or vendor dependencies, are acknowledged, preventing surprises later. Explicit assumptions and risks also provide context for pivots. When evidence changes, stakeholders understand why adjustments are necessary. Transparency here builds trust, as stakeholders see that the vision is aspirational but grounded in reality. Over time, explicit articulation of assumptions and risks normalizes learning as part of alignment. It reassures everyone that the vision is not brittle but adaptive, designed to evolve responsibly as facts replace beliefs. Non-functional intent elevates qualities like reliability, security, and accessibility as first-class outcomes, not afterthoughts behind features. Visions that focus only on functionality risk delivering systems that meet requirements but fail in practice. For example, a service that delivers new features quickly but crashes under load undermines trust. By naming non-functional intent, such as, "Our systems will be reliable enough to support 24/7 use," or "We will meet accessibility standards to serve all users," the vision integrates quality into purpose. This intent shapes priorities, budgets, and trade-offs, ensuring resilience is not sacrificed for speed. Over time, making non-functional goals explicit strengthens credibility, as stakeholders see that safety, inclusivity, and trustworthiness are embedded in purpose. Vision alignment that includes non-functional intent ensures that outcomes are sustainable, protecting both users and reputation long after features are shipped. Outcome measures provide the evidence needed to track whether the vision is progressing. Instead of long lists of metrics, a few meaningful indicators anchor conversations. Measures might include adoption rates, task success percentages, error reduction, or compliance pass rates. The key is selecting metrics tied to user value and system trust, not vanity numbers. For example, average onboarding time reduced by 30% is more meaningful than number of features released. These measures connect day-to-day delivery with strategic intent, ensuring stakeholders see progress in tangible terms. Outcome measures also create accountability, making it clear whether direction is working. Over time, they build trust, as stakeholders can see whether promises translate into results. Clear measures prevent drift into performance theater and keep alignment focused on what matters: evidence of improvement in user experience, reliability, or risk reduction. Narrative coherence connects the present, the envisioned future, and the path in between. A compelling vision does not just list goals, it tells a story. It starts with the current problem or gap, paints a relatable picture of the future, and explains how incremental steps bridge the two. For example, a narrative might say, "Today, compliance takes days and frustrates users. In our envisioned future, filing takes minutes with automated checks. We will get there by streamlining onboarding, integrating AI validation, and building feedback loops." This coherence makes vision accessible to diverse audiences, from executives to frontline contributors. Stories resonate more than abstract goals, helping people see themselves in the journey. Over time, narrative coherence sustains motivation, reminding teams why their work matters and how it contributes to larger outcomes. Alignment deepens when people not only understand direction, but feel connected to it emotionally. Decision principles translate values into tiebreakers for difficult trade-offs. Principles act as rules of thumb. When options conflict, which value takes precedence? For example, user trust over short-term metrics ensures security is prioritized even under pressure. Smallest viable slice over maximal scope prevents overcommitment. By articulating principles explicitly, organizations reduce paralysis and conflict in moments of ambiguity. These principles also create transparency, showing stakeholders how tough choices are made. Over time, principles become cultural anchors, guiding decisions even when leadership is not present. They preserve alignment by ensuring that trade-offs reflect shared values rather than personal preferences. Embedding decision principles makes vision actionable, not just an inspiring statement, but a practical compass that shapes behavior consistently across teams. A balanced time horizon pairs long-term aspiration with near-term milestones. Without ambition, visions lack inspiration. Without near-term markers, they lack credibility. For example, a vision may aspire to transform user onboarding globally within 3 years, but milestones within 6 months might include reducing setup time by 15% in one region. This balance sustains motivation as progress is visible while the bigger goal remains inspiring. Near-term milestones also create opportunities to inspect and adapt, refining the path as evidence accumulates. Over time, this dual horizon sustains alignment. Stakeholders trust the long-term aspiration while staying engaged through tangible short-term results. The pairing ensures that visions inspire without drifting into fantasy, and that delivery adapts without losing sight of the ultimate destination. Alignment forums institutionalize review and correction. Consensus decays as facts change, new risks emerge, markets shift, or user needs evolve. Forums provide predictable rhythms for revisiting the vision, ensuring it stays alive and trusted. For example, quarterly alignment reviews might assess progress against outcome measures, update assumptions, and adjust priorities. Forums also provide transparency, showing stakeholders that change is managed rather than chaotic. By embedding alignment into routines, organizations prevent drift and reduce conflict. Over time, forums create confidence that the vision is not fragile but adaptive. Stakeholders learn to expect review and refresh, strengthening resilience. Vision alignment becomes not a fragile consensus but a dynamic system of recalibration that sustains common purpose even under change. Communication norms prevent message drift and fragmentation. Without shared norms, different groups create private versions of the vision, eroding coherence. Norms specify artifacts, channels, and update cadence. For example, the canonical vision might live in a shared repository, with monthly summaries posted to internal forums and briefings provided for major updates. Consistent channels ensure stakeholders receive the same message, reducing confusion and mistrust. Update cadence maintains visibility without noise, reinforcing stability. Over time, communication norms create clarity, ensuring that everyone has equal access to the latest vision and rationale. They also reinforce transparency, showing that alignment is maintained not by secrecy but by consistent, open communication. This discipline preserves trust and keeps the vision unified across diverse audiences. Inclusion and equity commitments ensure that vision alignment does not default to the voices of those closest to power or geography. Processes explicitly seek input from roles, seniority levels, and regions to counteract proximity bias. For example, distributed stakeholders may participate via asynchronous surveys, while less senior voices may be invited into workshops with facilitation to balance dynamics. Equity ensures the vision reflects the full system, not just privileged subsets. Over time, inclusive practices deepen trust as people see their perspectives shaping purpose. They also prevent blind spots that could derail alignment later. Equity transforms vision from a leadership artifact into a collective asset, protecting against fragmentation and building shared ownership across the organization. Anti-pattern awareness keeps vision alignment honest. Vague slogans like "delight the customer" signal that the vision is not actionable. Pet project capture occurs when visions are bent to serve narrow interests. Metric theater emerges when visions are tied to outputs like feature counts rather than real outcomes. By naming these anti-patterns, organizations protect credibility. Awareness prompts correction, such as replacing slogans with specific outcomes, broadening representation to avoid capture, and tying measures to adoption or risk reduction. Over time, vigilance prevents cynicism and ensures that visions remain living compasses rather than hollow statements. Anti-pattern awareness reinforces that alignment is about guiding real decisions, not producing attractive artifacts. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Vision to roadmap linkage ensures that aspirations translate into practical delivery without prematurely locking into date scope promises. Instead of treating the vision as a rigid contract, outcomes are expressed as themes and milestones of learning. For example, if the vision is to reduce compliance filing time by half, the roadmap might show successive experiments, digitizing intake, automating checks, and piloting with a small user group. This linkage keeps the vision alive in day-to-day planning, guiding work without stifling adaptation. It also helps stakeholders see how increments ladder up to broader goals, maintaining confidence that each step contributes to purpose. Over time, vision to roadmap linkage reduces frustration by aligning expectations. Progress is inspected in outcomes and insights, not just delivery volume. This approach turns the vision into a living guide, ensuring coherence while preserving agility. Alignment to compliance and risk prevents governance from derailing delivery late in the game. By integrating required controls, traceability, and approvals into the vision itself, organizations make compliance a partner rather than a surprise. For example, if accessibility is part of the vision, milestones explicitly include audits and usability tests. If risk reduction is an outcome, measures include incident frequency and mitigation speed. This integration reassures compliance partners while reducing late-stage rework. It also aligns culture, proving that accountability and agility can coexist. Over time, risk-aware alignment strengthens trust with stakeholders, as they see visions honoring both innovation and guardrails. By embedding governance early, organizations reduce adversarial friction and reinforce credibility, ensuring that delivery advances responsibly and predictably. Dependency awareness connects the vision to external realities. Even the clearest purpose can falter if platform constraints, vendor limitations, or cross-team dependencies are ignored. By mapping these early, organizations shape feasible paths and reduce surprises. For example, a vision for continuous deployment must consider whether the platform supports automated rollback or whether vendor APIs can handle load. Awareness also prevents overcommitment, ensuring ambitions align with system constraints. By documenting dependencies, teams can plan sequencing, negotiate timelines, or invest in enabling capabilities before critical moments. Over time, this transparency prevents rework, as stakeholders see challenges addressed upfront rather than hidden. Dependency awareness anchors vision in practical context, balancing aspiration with feasibility. It ensures that alignment is not aspirational alone but executable, protecting both morale and trust. Conflict resolution protocols preserve momentum when disagreements arise. Without clear paths, disputes fester, eroding trust and stalling progress. Protocols specify how disputes are surfaced, what evidence is expected, and who decides when consensus fails. For example, principles may dictate that user trust outweighs short-term metrics, guiding tiebreakers. Escalation paths identify who has authority, ensuring clarity. By making protocols explicit, organizations reduce politics and increase fairness. Stakeholders understand how conflicts will be handled, even if outcomes differ from their preferences. Over time, consistent resolution strengthens alignment, as people trust the process even when outcomes are hard. Protocols prevent conflict from being hidden, rushed, or personalized, keeping the vision intact. They transform disagreement from derailment into disciplined recalibration, preserving coherence under pressure. Feedback incorporation ensures the vision evolves responsibly as signals shift. User feedback, telemetry, and stakeholder input are routed back into updates without losing the vision's identity. For example, adoption data may reveal that a process is harder than expected, prompting refinement of milestones. At the same time, feedback is filtered through purpose, ensuring pivots align with outcomes rather than whims. This balance preserves stability while embedding adaptability. Feedback loops also keep stakeholders engaged, as their input visibly influences direction. Over time, feedback incorporation sustains trust, showing that vision is not static but responsive. It also accelerates learning, as evidence is integrated systematically rather than haphazardly. This discipline makes the vision both durable and dynamic, evolving without fragmentation or drift. Remote-friendly alignment practices ensure inclusivity across distributed stakeholders. Recorded briefings, searchable Q&A, and written decision logs keep everyone aligned regardless of time zone or location. For example, a global team may receive a concise recorded update on a vision adjustment, supported by transcripts and a discussion thread. These practices prevent vision drift caused by unequal access to conversations. They also provide durable records for onboarding and retrospection. Remote-friendly alignment signals fairness, ensuring distributed contributors are not second-class participants. Over time, inclusivity strengthens coherence, as no group is left guessing intent. Vision alignment becomes a unifying force across geographies, reinforcing shared purpose while respecting diverse work contexts. Executive sponsorship is vital for sustaining vision under pressure. Leaders must do more than endorse. They remove systemic impediments, allocate resources, and model public reasoning tied to the vision. For example, when delivery deadlines clash with non-functional commitments, executives should demonstrate decision-making anchored in principles, not expediency. Their actions prove that vision is not optional rhetoric, but operational guidance. Sponsorship also reassures teams that alignment will be protected even when short-term pressures rise. Over time, leadership modeling builds credibility, embedding the vision into culture. Sponsorship turns the vision from aspirational text into living practice, ensuring that trust and direction hold steady during challenges. Without it, visions collapse under stress. With it, they endure as guiding compasses. Budget and capacity alignment connect investment directly to outcomes and cadence. A vision without resources is empty promise. Allocating funding and staffing explicitly to outcome themes ensures feasibility. For example, if reducing onboarding friction is a vision outcome, budgets must support usability testing, automation tools, and training. Alignment also builds flexibility. By linking investment to learning cadence, organizations can adapt without constant renegotiation. This reduces friction with finance and stakeholders, sustaining trust. Over time, capacity alignment ensures that delivery, speed, scope, and learning evolve responsibly within vision boundaries. It demonstrates that vision is not just intent, but a funded, supported commitment, making alignment credible. Vendor and partner alignment extends the vision across external boundaries. Contracts, milestones, and joint check-ins are adapted to outcome themes rather than feature lists. For example, a vendor agreement may prioritize resilience or adoption targets rather than raw delivery dates. Aligning partners ensures that external work contributes to the same purpose, preventing divergence. It also strengthens collaboration, as partners share accountability for outcomes, not just transactions. Over time, external alignment reinforces that the vision is system-wide, not confined to one organization. This builds trust and coherence across the delivery ecosystem, sustaining alignment even when boundaries complicate work. Onboarding translation ensures that newcomers understand and contribute to the vision without guessing intent. Concise primers, curated narratives, and visual summaries introduce purpose, outcomes, and decision principles. For example, a new engineer may receive a one-page guide linking definition of done to vision commitments, like reliability and accessibility. This practice accelerates integration and prevents vision drift caused by uneven onboarding. Over time, translation ensures continuity, embedding vision into organizational memory. It also reduces dependency on oral tradition, sustaining coherence across growth and turnover. By making vision accessible from day one, organizations build cultural resilience and sustain alignment. Measurement and signals track coherence between decisions and outcomes. Instead of just surveying awareness, organizations monitor whether choices reflect vision principles. For example, decision logs may be audited for references to user trust or thin slicing, and outcome metrics compared against commitments. Signals like reduced rework, faster alignment in meetings, or improved stakeholder confidence confirm impact. Measurement highlights drift, prompting recalibration. Over time, these checks sustain credibility, proving that vision alignment produces tangible benefits. Measurement ensures that vision is not symbolic but practical, guiding real choices and reducing waste. Transparency commitments preserve trust when evidence forces pivots. When visions change, organizations publish updates with rationale, showing how new facts prompted adjustments. For example, if adoption data disproves an assumption, the vision update explains the change transparently. This honesty prevents rumors and builds credibility. Transparency also models adaptability, proving that alignment does not mean rigidity. Over time, consistent transparency builds resilience. Stakeholders learn to trust that changes are reasoned, not arbitrary. The vision remains alive, trusted, and inclusive, even as it evolves. Renewal cadence ensures the vision remains current and relevant. Scheduled reviews quarterly, annually, or tied to major events prompt reflection and update. Triggers such as market shifts, incidents, or major learnings also drive renewal. This cadence prevents visions from stagnating or drifting. Renewal provides closure on outdated goals and sets new ones, sustaining motivation. Over time, renewal cadence builds trust that alignment is durable but flexible. It keeps vision alive as a guiding system rather than a static document, ensuring coherence even as context shifts. Success definition clarifies what aligned vision must achieve. True success is not producing a polished statement, but reducing rework, improving stakeholder confidence, and accelerating decisions without sacrificing outcomes. For example, if conflicting demands are resolved faster, or if rework decreases because trade-offs reflect vision, success is proven. Defining success this way prevents symbolic alignment and ensures accountability. Over time, success measures confirm that vision alignment is not cosmetic but transformative. It strengthens trust, improves delivery, and sustains shared purpose. Vision alignment synthesis emphasizes that durable purpose requires co-authorship, outcome measures, clear boundaries, and routine renewal. It integrates compliance and risk, acknowledges dependencies, and sustains trust through transparency and inclusivity. Leadership sponsors protect and model alignment, while budgets and vendor contracts tie resources to outcomes. Measurement validates impact, onboarding ensures continuity, and renewal keeps direction alive. Done well, vision alignment reduces churn, accelerates decisions, and builds confidence across stakeholders. It creates a compass that guides not just delivery but culture, keeping diverse participants moving together toward shared outcomes. Thanks for tuning in to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, your trusted source for cybersecurity news and insights. Remember to subscribe at baremetalcyber.com so you never miss an update. And visit cyberauthor.me for best-selling cybersecurity books that equip you with expert knowledge. Until next time, stay secure and stay vigilant.